This module is mostly about Arebases, but I'm cheating a bit. I'm squeezing a few minutes about another topic in here, tags. Because tags are one of the features that turn Git into a revision control system, so we need tags to complete this layer of the onion. And you might remember that when we talked about the 4 types of objects in the object database, I said that annotated tags are one of them, and I promised more details. Here they come. A tag is like a label for a commit. For example, let's say that I just released the first version of this cookbook project and I want to put a tag on the commit where the release happens. I can do git tag to create a tag on the current commit and give it a name for the tag, like release 1. I have an option here. I can create a simple tag with just a name, like a simple label, or an annotated tag, that is a tag with also additional metadata, like a message, for example. Let's go for the second option. To create an annotated tag, you use this option -a for annotated, and we can add a message with -m, like we do for commits. First release, still unstable, as far as a cookbook can be unstable, I guess. And now if I type git tag without any option, I get a list of tags. We just have the one in this project. And in the future, if I want to move back to this commit, I can do git checkout or release 1. It's a checkout in this case, because the switch doesn't work with tags, only branches. So that's how tags work, but what's a tag under the hood? Let's go to the .git directory. We feel right at home there now. I'll show you where this tag is. If we look into refs, you remember this is the directory that contains branches and tags are here in a tags subdirectory. And here is a file named release1, our tag. And if we peek inside this file, we find a hash. What hash is this? Let's copy it and use the cat file -t command. Remember, it means show me the type of this object. And I'll paste the hash in here. So this file is pointing to a tag object. Let's check the content of this tag object with cat file -p and this hash. Here is the tag object. It contains information similar to a commit. The tagger, that's me, the date, and the message. And also a reference to another database object that is a commit. And this is finally the commit that the tag is pointing at. If we do git log, see, this is the commit we tagged earlier. So this might have been more complicated than you expected. Let's recap. A tag is actually two things. It's made up of two parts. One is a branch-like thing, a reference. Actually, this thing is so similar to a branch that Git places it in a folder just aside branches. But this thing is a reference, so it cannot contain data, just a name. So the reference points to a database object of type tag, and that's where the tag metadata is, like the message. And in turn, this database object points to a commit. I also told you that in Git there are actually two types of tags, because in some cases you might decide that you don't need the metadata. Maybe all you want is a simple label. You want to put a name on a commit. In that case, you can create a simpler kind of tag by using git tag without the -a option. Let's say that I want to tag the current commit with the dinner tag. In this case, I cannot provide a message or any other data. So now we have another tag, there it is, and like before, this tag is another small file in the tags directory. And if we look into this tag, it still contains a hash. Only this time, the hash isn't the hash of a tag object in the database. It's directly the hash of this commit. See? So that's the difference between annotated tags and lightweight tags. Annotated tags are a branch-like object that points to a tag object that points to a commit, while lightweight tags just point to a commit, that's all. because a lightweight tag doesn't need a place to put those additional metadata, so it doesn't need the tag object, it just needs a name. So I told you that tags are similar to branches, but actually lightweight tags in particular are almost identical to branches. Tags and branches are in different directories, and Git knows that it needs to treat them differently. For example, if I'm on a branch and I create a new commit, the branch will move to track the new commit, but the tag will just stay there and stick to the same object forever. So, branches move and tags don't, but I could literally turn this tag into a branch by moving it to this other directory. Don't do it, but you could. And that is all I had to tell you about tags.